Hello folks, welcome back to Final Fantasy 15 as we continue on and hopefully finish on doing the optional side quest content that has become available to us in Chapter 8. Now there's still a lot of hunts and that we haven't done, but I'm just going to do those at my leisure as and when I feel like it, and I recommend the same for you as well. Really what I'm trying to get done at the moment is the actual side quests themselves. So we're going to start today by doing the final quest for Sonia. So this is the Professor's Protégé quest line that we've been doing. And we're going to go and speak to her now. She's located here at the Maldarcio Hunter headquarters. And we can pick up the quest from her now.
Oh, it's you boys again. Back to sweat for science.
That's not exactly right.
Your words say no, but your expression betrays an irrepressible desire to lend a hand.
What do you need?
Loads of things, but what's captured my interest right now is the legendary rainbow frog. There's nary a reliable eyewitness account, and the only clue I have as to their habitat is water. That's it. Useless, I know, but that's where we are without the data to narrow down the search. Be that as it may, I can't bring myself to give up on the critters. Even if they're more elusive than a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, I have my pride as the foremost authority on frogs. And so I leave the search to you. Not much info to work with, though, so you'll just have to play it by ear.
For this quest, we need to catch 5 rainbow frogs. And the frustrating thing about this quest is that there's literally no information on where those rainbow frogs are located. I'm going to go ahead and select this quest. If we head onto the map here, you can see there's nothing around telling us where these frogs are. The only waypoint is to Sonia herself. Now, these frogs are in fact located all over the map. So, to be honest, without actually knowing where they are in advance, I wonder how Square even expected you to do this quest. But there we have it. Fortunately, I do know where to go in advance, and I will be helping you guys along the way. Before we do anything else, something that I've completely overlooked since we're building up our experience to tally it all together is a wonderful item that is available as a free DLC. So it doesn't come with the game, but you can download it even if you don't have the Season Pass. And it's called the Nix Experience Band or something along those lines. So I'm going to go on to Ignis here. The Nix Experience Band, and as you can see, it's a device that stops experience from being tallied, preventing the party from levelling up. So what this item does, because perhaps it's not totally clear, is that you'll still gain experience from anything that normally gives you experience, and you'll still gain the same amount, but your experience will not be tallied when you rest, either at camp or hotels or whatever the case may be. And at the end of story chapters as well, when you don't get a multiplier. So this is a great item because soon we're going to be heading into Altissia as part of the story, where there's a triple experience multiplier for staying at the hotel. It costs 30,000 gil, but with the amount of experience we have built up, it's probably going to be worth it. Which means that with this item now equipped, we can rest at campsites, get our buff for experience from the food that Ignis cooks for us, and yet not tally up our experience at the same time. So it will still keep building up. Very, very good indeed. So that's the bit of information I wanted to share with you. The reason I haven't been using the item before, up until now, is because I don't know why I assumed it actually stopped you from gaining experience in the first place, but it doesn't do that. It just stops you from having it tallied up. So the first of the 5 frogs that we're going to go and collect is around about here near where we did the fishing quest earlier on for Navith. So we're going to head over to the parking spot and then use our chocobo to run across to the actual location.
Everything in order?
Yep.
Right behind you.
So I'm just going to mark where the path turns off because it always throws me off. And our Chocobo can do the dirty work of running there for us.
Let's go.
So this quest, the only challenge when you actually know where the frogs are in all reality is the actual loading screens that you face between going from frog to frog. But let's be honest, that's the same with virtually every quest in Final Fantasy 15, the loading screens. Once we've done Sanya's quest, one thing I do want to have a look at actually is Viv's quest, which is taking the photos of the Imperial bases, because that's his final quest. And since we're going to be moving over the world map anyhow, as part of Sanya's quest, it might be a good idea to see if any of those bases are close. Now I know there's not going to be one here, which is why I haven't checked. But there may be for some of the other frogs later on. And now I'm just going to mark on the map roughly where the frog is that we're going to need. And it's around about here. As usual, we should hear the croaking sound as we get close. So we'll be keeping an ear out for that. Just listening out now. I think it's time that we come off.
We'll meet again.
And there it is, the first frog. The first rainbow frog.
Got it.
No, they're not actually, Mitchy mate. This is just a side quest that gives you experience once you hand the 5 frogs in, but they don't affect a spell that does damage or anything like that. So no, it's completely different really. So there's 4 more frogs we need to get. I'm just going to look on the map where the Imperial bases are for Viv's quest. So we don't want to miss out on that if it's going to be relatively close. And there's 3 bases for Viv that we need to do. The Lay base is up near Hammerhead, which is not really near anything else, so I'm not going to worry about that for the time being. There's the Dusky base, which is actually quite close to one of the frogs. And then the Klein or Klein base is, I'm going to check, is that near anything? Yes, I think it is also particularly close to a frog. So let's go ahead and start doing... Let's do this base and then we'll see which frog's closest. I think is probably best. If we stop here first, then we can rest up at the campsite now that we have an experience band equipped and get the buff food. That's it, Mitchy mate, you've got it. It's a completely different mechanic. You literally, for this quest, there's 5 frogs, which are each in a fixed location over the world map, and you just have to go and collect all 5 and then hand them in, and that's it, the quest is done.
Should be a nice change of pace.
The only annoying thing is that there's no markers telling you where the frogs are, so you literally have to go on the internet to look up where they are, because there's nothing in game telling you, but they are in a fixed location, so it's the same on every playthrough. I'm just going to save my game in case I've messed up with an experience band. I don't think it has to be equipped on Noctis, but if we did tally up our experience, then I am going to reload.
And here we are. Ugh, I'm all sticky and gross.
Woohoo! Bath time!
Yeah, there's no bath here. So we're going to choose our food, which will be the mother and child rice bowl, as per usual, for the enemy drop rate and experience increase buff. And we'll just have to give a chocobo guy shore greens, it's all we have. Good morning, Arbushi, welcome. So, as long as I've got this right, we won't tally up our experience. But we will get the benefit of being able to eat the food. Brilliant. Which means that we can rest at camp as much as we want to. And we're safe to do so knowing that we can still stay at a hotel. Mitchie, mate, I do find it quite frustrating, this section of the game, because of all the loading screens. Although this is really kind of like the largest section of side quests outside of the end game.
What's the forecast?
Clear skies.
So it is a bit you have to
Temperature
kind
rising.
of
Nice.
crawl through. But the good news is as well, it is optional. In fact, if I was going for a playthrough by myself, I probably wouldn't do everything that I've done. But because I am trying to do like a walkthrough as well for people, I'm kind of obligated to some degree to actually do all the content that's available.
Thanks for the ride.
So then people can choose what they want to do or not do. Yeah, so, okay then. Mitchie mate's just asking about the experience. In Final Fantasy 15, unlike other Final Fantasy games, your experience is not calculated towards your next level immediately upon earning it. Rather, it's added into a stockpile, as you can see, for each character, and it's tallied up when you rest, either at camp or in a caravan or a hotel. But because I'm trying to build up a ton of experience, mainly because there's a hotel that we can stay at coming up, which triples the experience you've earned, I'm using this experience band, which stops your experience from being tallied until you unequip it. Where's it gone? There it is. Okay? It stops you from levelling up. Now, you do still gain experience, it's just not added to your level. And the reason is I want to get as much as possible until we can access the hotel that's coming up in the next chapter. Right, so now we can make our way over to here. If we head to this parking spot, we can fast travel. But the reason I wanted to wear that band was so that we could camp and still get the bonuses of camping, which is the buff, but without actually using up our experience and adding it to our levels at just a 1 times multiplier rate, which is what would normally happen.
Where do we go from here?
So it probably sounds a bit confusing, but it does make sense when you're actually using it and playing it. So as usual, if you're doing Viv's quest, which is what we're going to do right now, it's only available, or the quest only works
Easy now.
during daylight hours. Apparently Prompto's camera, since it's a camera quest, doesn't have a flash on it for whatever reason. Yes, that's it, Mitchie. Just saving up so that we can get the most out of all this experience we've been collecting from the side quests.
Imperials above us!
Thanks.
Try and avoid those if we can. Probably quite a few Imperials around this section. And I believe it's that watchtower, or one like it, that we need to head to in order to actually snap the picture that we need. Oh no, it's just on the road, this one. get somewhere where we can actually jump across. So there's 3 photos we need to take in all
Happy weather.
for this quest here. 1 at each of the bases that Viv wants to include in
How
his
about from over
magazine or
here?
whatever it is
Sky's
for
opening
his
up.
publishing.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
So fortunately you don't have to go into the base to actually take the picture. Ah, but it does look like we're going to have a nice battle on our hands.
Oh, can't have these guys in the shot.
Last thing I need now.
Eyes peeled?
So just take care of these first. Fortunately, because they're all clustered together, a great sword makes quick work of them.
Watch this! Let me get this shot.
Now let's get the next one.
So that's the first objective accomplished. Let's just see now, briefly, where it is I need to go for the next frog quest. I've got my map here, all ready to go. And it looks like there's one just over here. And there's also one on this side. That's a little bit out of the way, so we'll go to this one first, I think. FF9 I played a lot, Mitchy mate. I do try and do some research
Let's go.
to make sure I'm not going to miss anything. I generally just drop notes down then for the episode that I'm going to do. And I have played through Final Fantasy 15 once through already and did pretty much everything that was available.
Remember, they're just a scatter boss.
Easy as they
I don't know
come.
why I've come down on the chocobo here. We need to head back to the car
Thanks for the ride.
and then just drive to the frog. On the loading screen, I'll just pause for a drink. Oh, that was a quick one. It's unusual. Okay, so we'll just head over to here. No, I wish my memory was that good, Mitchie, but unfortunately it's not. Especially this frog quest. Without
we
knowing
have
where
to
they are, it's
walk?
basically impossible. Since there is no in-game tips or anything on pointing you to the location. So it's, the next one we're heading to is just on the shore here, near this, crossing the river.
Easy now.
And let me just see exactly which way we're going. Yet we'll go. Yeah, there's no point selecting it, but I will do for the walkthrough just so that people know what we're doing.
Let me plan of attack. Plow right through them. I'll circle around then.
Try and make our way through the bushes, and chocobos do not like bushes in this game. Right, looks like we've got a bridge here which we will not be able to jump across, so we'll jump over here. And again, just need to listen out for that chirping sound, croaking sound of the frog.
Ah, the breeze feels good.
Indeed.
And it's either on this shore or in the centre.
We'll meet again.
And it's on the shore. And I'm not hearing anything as of yet. Let me just make sure that I've pinpointed this exactly right, because you do have to be pretty precise. It's got to be said. We might have to kill some of these fiends over here.
Huh?
Oh, I heard it then. I'm hearing it, but not quite seeing it. There it is, look.
Nice work, Noct.
So that's number 2 of 5 all sorted. Let's head back to the car once more and decide where we want to head to next. Okay, so let's just select one of the other Viv's quests here. We've got the Dusk Sky Imperial Base, which is logically the next one we're going to do since it's closer. And if I just go on the map here, head over to Dusk Sky, and I'm just going to check which is the closest frog to this location. And there is one not too far away actually, near the body of water over here. More on the northeastern part of the lake, so I'll just target the lake there. And I think we'll head over there first. And then we'll go and do Viv's quest. So if we park up at the Kalthus Koenig station, we've just got a short run on the Chocobo. Oh, very good, Mitchie. And did you manage to complete the game? Right, we are starting to get into the twilight hours, but I'm kind of hoping... Yeah, I don't think we're going to make this in time. So we'll do the frog first, and then we'll possibly just stay at camp here, look, because we can eat our buff food again. If it's too dark, we cannot do Viv's photos out of daylight. Oh, well, I'm glad I could help anyway, Mitchie. It's probably still my favourite Final Fantasy game, number 7. I mean, I'll admit that a lot of that's probably due to nostalgia. But even so, for me personally, it is one of my favourites. Or my favourites, rather.
Totally.
Right, where's this lake? We're nearly there. So, again, just going to have to listen out for the frog.
Thanks for the ride. We'll meet again.
Ah, battle first. Can't see a thing.
You're on foot!
No big deal.
And I believe this rock is roughly where we might find this frog as well. I can hear it.
Is it evening already?
Yes, I can see it now.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Take care you don't hurt it.
Did you ever play Final Fantasy X, Mitchie? I actually do enjoy Final Fantasy X because I like the levelling system with the sphere grid. Right, so once again we're going back to the cart. And it looks like we are going to have to camp up for the night.
Better find shelter before we catch cold.
So we are doing 2 quests at once here, which is interesting.
Good idea.
Found a
There's
few
no
drops.
fast
Watch
travel
your
to
heads.
the camp, so we'll have to make do with a manual drive. But at least no loading screen. Yeah, I agree with you, Mitchie. Okay, so we're just about to reach the campsite here. And which side was it on?
Nice weather.
Rightio. 500 feet away, so that's a chocobo job. Oh, awesome, mate.
Easy now.
Magitech engine. It's close.
Ah, I do need to start looting or drawing more magics from the magic points around camps. I've been slacking off a bit with that. And our blizzard spell especially is definitely running low.
We'll meet again.
Let's go and grab the ice magic. And craft some elements, some magic spells with this. Once again, maximum potency, and we'll stick an elixir on for the tri-cast effect. And earlier on in the game, it wasn't getting dark until about 7 PM, I think it was, or 8 PM. But as the chapters progress, due to all the demon activity,
Camping sucks when it rains.
it does start to get dark
Less whining,
earlier, so you have to
more
rest
working.
earlier. Okay, go for the Mother and Child Rice Bowl, get that experience and item drop rate buffs. And we won't be tallying up our experience with the Nyx experience band equipped. Yeah, it's definitely got a different style to it, Mitch. They took some risks with this. It's kind of a fantasy cross reality setting.
Keep it moving.
Yep.
Although I think the reality part of it is just so they can include all the product placement, like the Coleman camping stuff, for example, or the cup noodles, or whatever the case may be, or the Audis in the movie cars. Yeah, at night time, you get special enemies known as demons, which come out and wreak havoc. And we are strong enough now to take them on and kill them. but they don't really give you that much in terms of experience, and they're just quite lengthy battles. So you're better off just camping throughout the night, if you can. Right, we're already at the right location. We just need to head into the base itself, or close to it, so that we can snap the picture for Viv, and then we've just got one more for him to do. One more base, and that'll be his entire quest line finished then, once we've handed this in.
Knocked. Overhead.
As to the lore behind the demons, you do get to learn more about that as the game progresses.
Thanks. Try grabbing a shot from here.
Nice riding with you.
No doubt we're going to get some Imperial action once more, as we did at the last base. We always seem to come at the wrong time, don't we?
They're totally in the way. This'll be quick.
Personally, I think we should just take a picture with all these Imperial soldiers in, so that Viv knows what we have to go through to get his photos. That's Prompto using his gravity-based weapon.
You said it.
Was that perfect or what?
I'll give you that.
Yeah, pretty much they're just in the way, I
Ready
think,
or not?
although, yeah, there are side quests, especially in the end game,
Next location.
that involve killing specific demon-type enemies. And some of them, as you can expect,
Really?
are particularly challenging.
No rest for the wicked.
Right, so we're going to just finish off with Sonya's frogs now, since none of the others are close. Really close to Viv's, I don't believe. Although I'll just select his final one so we know where it is. Yeah, it's up near Hammerhead. And the nearest frog to that is around about here. So maybe that's worth doing? I guess we could. Go on then. We can hand Viv's quest in as well then, can't we? I mean, we're fast travelling all over the place anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter too much how far these are all away from one another. Just grabbing a drink during the loading screen.
Well, here we are.
Okay. We'll get on our chocobo and head towards the quest objective, which is the final base we need to
Easy
take
now.
a picture of. And in fact, I believe the final picture overall for Viv and his quest line. It's targeted in the quest log as a level 60 quest. I'm not sure why, since the enemies that spawn seem to be around about the level 25 mark.
Oh, right. King's Night. I bet my cell tree's almost full.
God damn, I forgot to harvest.
Man, wouldn't it be great if money grew on trees in real life?
Sure would be. Maybe there's one out there.
Yes, that certainly is. The loading times in this game are atrocious.
More of a pet guy.
Stop bitching, start killing. Nice riding with you.
Oh, look at that. Was that buggy, or was that just on my screen? Wow, does that look buggy?
Fight first, then the photo shoot.
Okay, same old.
Time for some action.
Let's go for Armiger. If I can actually get the wake screen to come up. There we go.
Here goes nothing!
The Prince of Fate.
Oh, we've got more enemies to kill. Is that it? There is some more spawning, but hopefully we can get the picture
Bring on the
taken.
next one.
Let me get this shot.
Okay, we got what we needed.
Oh good, I'm glad it's not just me then, Mitchie. I didn't know if the stream was playing up, but it must have been the game. Because it was happening even on my just standard monitor. That has nothing to do with the stream. Okay, so we're done with Viv. We can just go and hand that in next time we're around Lessalem. Let's go and grab these other frogs. I think there's 2 more we need to get, isn't it? We've got 3 or 5. And the next one is by the small lake, which is sort of nearby. Around about here. If I can just target that so I know where I'm going. I can't target it from this map, but that's where it is. Yeah, apparently you can vastly improve the loading times by upgrading your PS4's hard drive to a solid state drive. But I'm too poor to do that. I just can't justify spending £180 or £160, which is how much a 500 gig Samsung solid state drive is on average, just to get slightly faster loading times in Final Fantasy 15. Even on the PS4 Pro, you still get these loading times. And the further you fast travel, the longer they are. Unfortunately. Hello, Kota. It's only afternoon for me, but good evening to you anyhow.
Who's up for a hike?
Yeah, that's it, Mitchie. I'm sure some people probably think it's worth it. But I've got to be a little bit more careful with how I spend my dosh than that, unfortunately. Let's head over now to here. We can mark the map. And I believe where I've marked is going to be pretty darn close to where the actual frog itself is. Don't forget, guys, I know I've only got a few people watching, but if any of you have just stumbled across this stream, then you might want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that'll just keep you posted with when future streams do go live. And I believe we're going to be looking in the bushy areas
Thanks for the ride.
for the next frog.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
It's either this one or the one opposite. Did I hear it then? Oh, thank you for subscribing, Zachary, and welcome to the stream. I can hear the frog and I can see the frog. Wonderful.
Nice work, Noct.
Okay, one more to go. Now, which one have I not yet collected? I'm pretty sure we've got this one. So I've collected them out of order, so now I've thrown myself off for a loop. Right, I've got that one. Got that one. Okay, I think the one we didn't get was actually over here. Pretty close to where we've been previously. Oh wow, Japanese Kota, that's exciting to hear that you're watching all the way from over there. Well, Japan makes some good games. I can definitely vouch for that. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. So we're going to return to the car, and I'm afraid I think we're going to have a long loading time going over to this final frog, due to the fact it is on the other side of Dusky. Yeah, the problem with SSDs, in my opinion, not with the hardware, I think SSDs are great in terms of performance, but the problem for people that are selling SSDs is that for the layperson, they only care about the size of the device. And an SSD is far more expensive per gigabyte than a standard hard drive. Now, you tell the layperson that it's faster, they don't understand, they just want to know, is it bigger? So, you know, it puts the price up of, say, a computer or a console, and yet the person buying it doesn't understand why it's put the price up. That's why I think a lot of manufacturers, you know, just stick normal, old traditional hard drives into the devices that they're selling. You know, I can go to PC World near me, which is a main retailer of just pre-built computers, and I don't think I'd even find a pre-built computer with an SSD in 2017, and yet for the last 5 years I've never owned a computer without an SSD because I would not want to be running Windows or software off a traditional hard drive anymore. But retailers and manufacturers, I think they are struggling to get that message across. For many people, it is just about the size. And I know that sounds wrong, but it is, it is just the case, the way that it is, I think. Oh, hello, Connor. Sorry, I missed your message. Welcome to the stream. For those that have just joined us, we are just doing side quests at the moment. Although we are getting close to finishing off most of the good stuff that's available here in Chapter 8 of Final Fantasy 15. And then we'll be able to carry on with more of the actual story.
Should be a nice change of pace.
And we're starting to get dark here, so hopefully we'll be able to grab this next frog before the demons start making their way out. And I believe it's also on the coast, around about here, so not too far away.
Easy now.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mitchie. I mean, at least the PS4, and I assume the Xbox One, but I don't know much about the Xbox in all honesty, actually does see a performance increase by upgrading to a solid state drive, so at least you have the option to do so.
So, where are we
But it
staying
will be
tonight?
nice when eventually it's just happening
Here
as
works.
standard.
Camp it is.
Absolutely, Connor. Trust me, it is tempting, because some of these loading times are just make you want to pull your hair out. Okay, so once again, just need to listen out here for the frog. And I believe it's by a rock. I think I can actually see it.
Nice riding with you.
Here it is.
Got it.
Oh yes, Koto, you've got to
Let's not keep the professor
love the
waiting.
chocobos. So that's all of the frogs done, which means we have finished with Sanya's quest, and this is her final quest of her quest line as well. So that'll be another NPC to cross off the list. We're just going to head back to the car, fast travel, back to her location, and hand it in. Yeah, that's it, Mitchie. In all honesty, SSD prices have steadily decreased, as you'd expect them to, of course, over the last few years, which is good to see. And sizes have increased as well, which is nice. I remember a few years ago, you'd get a 64 gig or 128 gig SSD card as part of a computer build. This is where Sonya is. And you'd use it just to store Windows. And at most, maybe one game or something. But nowadays, you know, 500 gig, even a terabyte, are common. I'm just going to select her quest, even though we don't need to. And we get a ribbon reward for this. And assuming that the ribbon works the same as it does in other Final Fantasy games, it will make us immune to many status effects on the character that equips it.
You found them! The rainbow frogs of legend! I never dreamed I'd see you babies in the slimy flesh!
Lucky you.
Thank you. I had foreseen this, but biology is your destiny. Give up hunting and join me.
What?
You burn for the science. How else could you have managed to track down the rainbow frog?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of busy.
Oh, really? All of a sudden? And what's got you so busy?
You know, stuff. Royal stuff.
Royal stuff? Ah, the Royal Theater. Well then, that changes everything. Artsy types just aren't cut out for science. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, a real shame.
Ah, it wasn't meant to be. But no matter what path you walk, I'm sure you'll walk it well. This is it then, the final token of my thanks. All the best with theater. I'll come see you play one day.
And we are done with Sonya's quest. So she actually rewards 15,000 experience, but we get 19,500 because of the buff we've got, so call it 20k. And if we stay at the hotel in Altissia, that'll actually give us 60k for that quest. So not a bad reward at all. Super Chats needs PayPal option. I didn't even know it didn't have one, to be honest, Mitchie. I know it's a new feature that YouTube have put out, and it seems like a nice idea, actually. I haven't really looked into it properly myself yet, though. But yeah, I'm sure they'll continue to advance it as more people start to use it and that. I think it's only been out a month or so. But yeah, it seems like a good idea. We're done with Sonya. We're going to go and hand in Viv's quest next, since we've collected all the photos we needed for him. I'll go and select... Oh, for some reason now his quest is level 25. But the pictures he wanted us to take were level 60. I don't think there's any real reason behind it, to tell you the truth. I'm okay with these side quests, Connor. Apart from the loading screens, in all honesty. The thing that I think gets my goat up a little bit is the hunts. And mainly because you can only accept one hunt at one time. I'd love to just be able to pile up my quest log with, you know, 10 to 15 hunts and do them all out in the wild at once and then return to hand them in. I've used Twitch before, Connor, but to be honest, it's not very good, I don't think, unless you've already got a really established audience on there. I use YouTube generally because I upload a lot to YouTube anyhow. And it's just easy for me to keep it all seamless and in one place. But yeah, I have dabbled in Twitch. Do you do any streaming then, Connor?
Civilization nearby.
Nothing wrong with the outdoors, but there's definitely safety in numbers.
So Viv will be down here. Or Hugo from Lost, as I call him. If you've seen that program, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Hey, good to see you back in one piece.
Yeah, we got the photos you wanted.
That is a dodgy photo. I wouldn't accept that, to be honest. And that is supposed to be a photo of an Imperial base.
Ah, they came after you?
They regretted it.
Damn it, you kids are something else. It's high time I started playing my part. My company is going to war against the Empire, and we're gonna keep fighting until Lucis gets its rightful king back.
What can I say? I appreciate it.
Here, take this. It's my last donation to the cause. I hope you can use it on your journey.
Oh, that's awesome, Connor. Yeah, streaming's actually still a new thing for me, really. I've dabbled with it a little bit in the past, but I've never really done any major streaming. I've mostly just done video content uploads, but I am trying to get into it more, which is what I've been doing with this Final Fantasy 15 walkthrough. Oh, Viv does have another quest. Look, I thought that was his final one.
Prince Noctis. I'm gonna cut to the chase. I have a new job.
Yeah, I have seen it, I think, Con. I haven't played it, but I have seen it.
You writing ghost stories now?
No, listen. I'm being serious here. You know the famous Accordo treasure, Lakshmi? The painting's haunted by a powerful evil spirit.
An evil spirit?
I know, hard to believe. But if it is true, I want the scoop. You follow me? So if you're going to Altissia, take a little detour. Find the painting and get a photo of that evil spirit.
Rightio. So, Viv's next quest takes place in Altissia, which is actually our next story destination. So maybe we can get that done around the same kind of time. We've actually done a whole host of quests now. Oh, there's a quest in the Golden Key. Is that Dino? Oh, it's Navita's next quest. Okay. I'm not ready to do that yet because that is a fishing quest, which requires a very high level of fishing. And the last quest we did for him was a struggle, and my fishing hasn't improved since then. So I think we're going to head over to Wiz, but before we do that, actually, there's an item I want to purchase from Lestalem here. I just want to make sure that I know where it is, which vendor it is, rather. We need to get it from the marketplace. So we'll head over there. And this is for the Cactuet quests. So we'll select that now, and hopefully the quest will take us right there. I'm grabbing this now because the other Cactuar figurine that we need to purchase is from Wiz's Chocobo post. Oh, thanks, Connor. That's awesome of you to say, mate. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I've had a few people actually recently tell me that the videos I've made have been helpful to them, and they've been watching for months or even years in some cases, and I've only just found out about them. So, you know, it's really encouraging to hear when that happens. So thanks again.
You see something? Let me know.
Right, so it's the Cactuar model here that we want to purchase.
Here you go.
This is for
Come back
Talcott,
again.
which is the young kid. Hang on, where is it? It didn't add to our quest objective. Have I done something wrong? I mean, this guy was bugged earlier. Let's just check that none of these other guys are selling Cactuars. Oh no, there it is. It was just delayed updating the quest for some reason. And the other one we need is from the Chocobo post, which we are heading to now anyhow. So, sorry folks, we're going to have to put up with another lengthy loading screen in a moment. Once we fast travel over to the post. I'm just going to save, since I haven't done so for a while. And ever so occasionally this game does present itself as a buggy mess. Not completely, not all the time, but just from time to time, and I don't want anything to crash on me. Look, I've said that, and now the saving screen's crashed. It's not doing anything. Oh, there it is. Final Fantasy VIII. Oh, yeah, thanks, Connor. I did actually cover that game a few years ago, but I was not happy with it. I did that on live stream, but that was just a completely blind Let's Play. I didn't research it or anything, and I was...
Safe and sound.
No mistake in the smell of chocobos.
Huh.
Righty-ho, so first thing I'm going to do is look at purchasing the figurine that we need. The wooden cactuar. And then next time we head back to
lots of good stuff in stock.
where Talcott is, I can't think of the name of that place, we can hand it across to him. The cactuar statuette.
There you
And
are.
we'll purchase the recipes as well.
Thanks. Come back soon.
That's it.
Yeah, you're right, Connor.
I've come up with a new recipe.
I can taste test for you.
Oh, thank you, Mitchie. That's awesome of you to say. Yeah, the story does get very confusing, especially by the end when all the time travel
Shall we?
stuff starts to creep into it.
The cactuars.
That I'm looking forward to seeing.
Indeed, it hasn't been easy for him.
Let's go put a smile on his face.
So we've completed Talcott's quest. We can go and hand that in when we're ready. But the real reason we're here is to finish off the Chocobo quest chain.
Ah, good timing, son.
And there's a couple of quests involved in
What's
this.
Wild Chocobo went and got herself attacked. Folks say they saw her running for her life, all desperate-like.
Don't worry, we'll find her.
So we'll go ahead and track the Chocobo quest. Chase that Chocobo. And whereabouts are we? Just over here. Okay, so we're going to go and park up at the 3 valleys in the Regalia. And we've got 3 days left, so even though we've got plenty of time, since I always forget to do this, I'm just going to take the opportunity to max out our rent to 7 days. Don't forget, guys, since a few people have joined the stream over the last half hour,
Where's it running from?
if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, then it should keep you notified when I go live with Final Fantasy 15 in the future. And where's that parking spot gone? There it is. Try that again. So we can fast travel, have a lovely loading screen to stare at for a minute or two, and then see if we can find this Chocobo. Oh wow, 2012, Mitchie. Yeah, I think that's about the time when I did my Final Fantasy 7 walkthrough. Wow, I can't believe I've been making videos for over 5 years now. That's actually quite insane now that I think about it. Just grabbing a drink a sec while the loading screen's on. Yes, I did start playing Final Fantasy VII with the new threat mod, which was certainly interesting. I don't think it was really that popular on YouTube, unfortunately. So I didn't bother with it. But yeah, I might go back to it in the future. Kota, I have seen Kingsglaive, and despite the negative reviews, I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun movie. Maybe that's because I played the game,
Thanks for the ride.
but I did enjoy
thanks,
it,
buddy.
absolutely. Right, make sure you have a potion. I should have mentioned that before you actually come to this chocobo. I've got plenty. You're going to need to heal it.
Oh no, she's in a bad way.
We've got our own tails to worry about first.
Last thing I need now.
Eyes peeled.
Ah, that's a bit rude.
Sorry.
I can't see a thing. I'm trapped against the cliffs.
I know.
Let's just see what they're weak to. These level 12s. Well, I can tell you what they're going to be weak to. Anything low level.
Never miss.
You're on fire today.
What can I say? None the worse for wear.
Okay, we'll heal the chocobo up.
Noct, hurry up and heal the chocobo.
Oh, that's awesome. Gladiolus is actually collecting high elixirs now from killing monsters because we've leveled up his survival. And high elixirs are just brilliant curative
She's
items for
better
battle.
already. Talk about a weight off.
Have you seen it then,
I hope
Kota?
she doesn't
I
live
assume you
here.
have.
It's not the safest place for chocobos.
Wiz says many have already fallen prey.
It's not like you can round them all up and put them in a pan.
That's just the way things are out here, I guess.
Yeah, we managed to save one of them at least.
Okay, so we'll fast travel back to Wiz, hand in the quest to chase that chocobo, which we've just completed, and then pick up the follow-up, which is the final chocobo quest available to us. Although we might not be able to complete it immediately, which I'll explain more when we actually do it. I mean, there's some parts of this game that I'm going to be uploading separately, just so that they don't have the commentary in, so that we can just kind of like sit back and just enjoy the music and the atmosphere. There's some epic moments in Final Fantasy 15, there truly is.
Looks like y'all got good news. You save her?
Yeah, we got there just in time.
Heck, I'm mighty grateful to y'all. It's usually bad news, and I was bracing myself for more. Sometimes I get to thinking maybe keeping chocobos ain't in accord with the laws of nature. But them fellas are just too darn adorable. Anyway, I'd like y'all to have this, by way of thanks.
Ah, looks like we get a nice few seeds and different bits as a reward there for our hard work. And we'll go ahead and accept the final quest here.
Howdy there. Say, y'all got some time to spare?
Sure, what's up?
Maybe y'all heard of black chocobos? See, they ain't yellow like the regular birds. They're disappearing from these lands. Seems like there's less of them every year. But I got word that one laid an egg.
Is that right? Good news.
Surely is. Except the mother bird's gotten hurt. Some hungry critter's bound to come across them before long. But because folks' lives ain't in danger, the hunters refuse to lift a finger.
Guess it's up to us then. We'll see what we can do.
Stand your ground. I'm not actually sure of the names of the tracks, Connor, completely. Is that the standard battle theme, is it? Or is it played during specific boss fights? You'll have to remind me.
We'll head out soon as we can.
Yeah,
So for this final quest, we need to head all the way over near the Vesper Pool. Although I need to track
gotta
the
hurry.
quest first,
Those poor chocobos
so we can actually see exactly where we need to go.
need our help.
And now that I think of it, I might have been better off doing this quest earlier on, because we can't actually hand it in immediately after completing it. We have to do other bits and bobs first. But it's no bother. As long as we get it done, that's the main thing, really. So this will be a long loading screen, sadly, because we're fast travelling across pretty much the entire map. I do want to get all these side quests done, because once we've completed this chapter, the open world is locked off to us for some amount of time. Quite a while, in fact. Okay, it's Chocobo time once more. Although we won't have to travel far for this. There is going to be a battle
Easy now.
before we can find the Chocobo egg that we require to find here. Probably help I went down the correct path or opening or whatever it is you want to call it here.
Is this the place?
Yeah, they must be close.
Nice riding with you.
Knocked! They're after the egg!
We have to drive them off. Fast!
Okay, so I'm just going to try and stand out the way here so we can scan these guys. These Sahargin. And they're weak to Blizzard. I suppose it would be better if we could gather them up first, but we'll just throw a spell out here. Look at the damage. I do love the magic in this game. Any more? Nope.
No big deal.
Done and dusted.
The egg is safe, but where's the mom?
I don't see her.
Have you played the game,
Oh,
Kota?
It's still warm. We gotta get it back to Wiz before it gets cold.
Right, let's move!
Okay, so we just hand this quest in. Back at Wiz. Although we do have to then wait for the egg to hatch, which takes some time, unfortunately. I could have made a cup of tea by the time this loading screen finished.
Thought we'd never get here.
I am famished.
Right, okay. So we'll go and speak to Wiz here.
So what'll it be today?
That was the wrong speak
Y'all
option.
still keeping on?
Make sure that the quest icon is on the screen. There it is. Ah, it's gone again. There it is, and got
What's
it.
this? An egg?
Yeah, found it just in time. It's still warm.
You leave it with me. I'll look after it.
We never saw the mother.
Oh, that's a shame for sure. But y'all save the egg at least. I'll take good care of it. Make sure it hatches.
Good luck.
I'll send out word when it does. Y'all be sure to come and see the chick.
We'll look forward to it.
I was planning on putting these vegetables up for sale. But I want y'all to have them. As a token of my thanks.
No better place for that egg than with Wiz.
He knows what he's doing.
We gotta come back, guys. As soon as the chick hatches.
Of course.
See you later, Connor. Thanks for joining us today, mate. Right, so now we've got to do other quests and stuff before the egg is available to hatch. And which will finally complete this side quest. And this whole series of side quests for Wiz. But we did get the Silkus Greens,
Temper.
which is a nice item. And I'm just going to see
birds have
what's
been waiting
available
for
for
y'all.
purchase. So we can't purchase the Silkus Greens yet. just buy a couple of these. But Silkus Greens basically, once you feed them to your Chocobo, increase all the stats of your Chocobo. So once this quest is finished, we'll be able to purchase them, as many as we would like. For now though, we're going to use the one that Wiz gave us. We're going to rest up at camp. We won't be collecting our experience from this, because of an experience band. We are still waiting until we reach Altissia to use the triple experience hotel.
It's time. Gladio, come on.
Gotcha.
But we are going to feed our Chocobo so that we can try and get some of these other races done. And I think I'm going to finish off with the races in terms of the side quests for the time being. Once we've done the races that I want to do, we'll crack on with the story then and move things along at last.
I need sleep.
Been too long since we got a full night's rest.
Time we put an end to that. Thanks for the ride.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Let's just craft some of those elements. And the elixir gives us that tricast, which vastly improves the amount of damage it's going to do for us. And the other thing I want to do is let's be full on flasks now. Okay, that's all we can craft.
Made it.
Just go for the save in case something went wrong, and we did tally up our experience, which I really don't think we would, but I would have to reload if we did.
We could crash right here. You can remain awake long enough to eat.
Go for the usual food for the buffs that it gives, and the Silkus Greens which Wiz gave us. Which boosts all of our Chocobo stats, and that will help us out in these upcoming races here, especially now our Chocobo's level 9 as well, so it gets boosted stats anyhow.
Feeling refreshed. Well, the tent lets you stretch out a bit more.
And so we have a big stamina bar and nice sprinting speed. Look at that. I honestly think that the Chocobo is at least as fast as the Regalia once it's at top speed. So the Chocobo races are just a bit further out than the Chocobo post.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Hey, y'all here to ride?
And it looks like Iris.
There's a real pretty girl here who wants to race you. How's about it?
Surprised? All right, Noct. It's between you and me.
So we're going to be racing Iris here. Hopefully, we should be able to get through this in the winning position with our nicely buffed up Chocobo.
Ready? Go!
Think you can beat me?
It's okay if Iris gets ahead early on, since her Chocobo will run out of stamina very quickly.
Go! Go!
We're just got to be patient until it slows down.
This bird's gonna fly.
Although I've got to admit, she's got a fast chocobo.
This bird's gonna fly.
I'm impressed.
Oh wow, the end is in sight.
Race.
Come on! Yes! That was close.
No, how could I lose?
That was a tight race.
Race you again sometime.
Nice riding. Congrats. Don't rest on those laurels, eh?
It's not mandatory in any way, shape or form, Arbushi. In fact, I think you only get cosmetic rewards from it in any place.
Hey, y'all here to ride?
And no other races have unlocked after that one, so I guess we'll have to wait until later on to do any more.
Come back anytime, y'all.
But yeah, there's no way we could have done that Chocobo race had we not upgraded our Chocobo stats. That was so close. And I don't think the bird is going to be hatched as of yet. Where's the quest marker?
I'll send out word when it
Nope.
does. Y'all be sure to come and see the chick.
So we're going to head now over to where Iris is stationed out so that we can speak to Talcott. I don't know why I did that. The car was literally within a screen's reach. I think it's because I'm so used to loading screens. Did you not like the Chocobo racing in Final Fantasy VII? Yeah, I can agree that does get a bit tedious in that game. Right, so we're heading over to here, Cape Cayenne, or KM, or whatever it's called. Yeah, it was a major side quest in Final Fantasy VII, the Chocobo breeding and the Chocobo racing. It's never quite been on that scale, I don't think, in any of the Final Fantasy games since. Although Chocobos have, of course, played a big part in subsequent Final Fantasy games. They play a big part in this game, the fact that you use them to access pretty much all of the world map where the car can't drive.
Really looking forward to Iris' cooking.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Aw, don't be that way. It's different when a girl cooks for you.
So we're going to speak to Talcott now. Which is his quest? Crazy about cactuars, that's the one. So this location here, Cape Cayenne or whatever it's called, is where we need to be to proceed with the story. So before I speak to Talcott, I'm just going to head to the farm and see if we can harvest any of our carrots. Yes, we can.
Thanks
We've
for
got
the ride.
another 5 carrots to harvest here, which is good because you only have a 20% chance to get the maximum amount of 5, compared to a 50% chance to get 3. So we can use these to purchase another weapon, We can't plant any more seeds as of yet, though.
Look at this loam. Your crops must love it. These greens look great. My cooks and customers are gonna eat these up.
So the Force Stealer is a nice two-hander.
So let me know if you got any leftovers.
In and of itself, it's not got the greatest stats, in all honesty, which I'll just show you here. It's got 210 strength, although it does increase your hit points as well, which is nice. But the fact that it upgrades is handy, because it does boost itself up to a pretty decent two-hander. Ah, yeah, that's a good analogy, actually. The food does work similar, doesn't it? It gives you the temporary buffs.
Packing a new piece, are you? If you want it done up right, you bring me the right parts. Ah, y'all brace yourself for power.
And we've already got the Monster Claw that we needed to upgrade the Force Stealer.
All right. I'll give you a call when it's ready.
We've got a couple of items collected since we've last spoke to Sid, which will upgrade some of these other weapons.
Nice. Hand over your weapon and I'll get to work. Stand up straight, boy. Ah, y'all brace yourself for power.
Okay, so that's 3 weapons now that Sid is going to upgrade for us. Now, it does take some time, usually a couple of quests or hunts that you need to complete. So we'll go and speak to Talcott and tell him that we've got the cactuars that he requested. You can get some more, by the way, that aren't part of the quest, although they don't give you anything.
Hey, Talcott, we got you the goods.
What? Oh, really? Whoa! Yes! I got them all now! Thank you so much, Prince Noctis.
Very good. Okay, so in terms of quests and everything, we're pretty much sorted. We've done everything that can be done now, apart from the hunts, the monster hunts. But I'm happy that I'm going to move on with the story at this point, but I am going to have to take a break from the stream, I'm afraid. So maybe I'll come back later, but if I don't this afternoon, then it will definitely be tomorrow. I'll be streaming again. So thanks ever so much, guys, for tuning in. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully then YouTube will just give you a notification when we do go live. Also, I don't know why it does this now, but once you've subscribed, you have to click the small bell icon afterwards, and that'll just ensure you do get notifications. I have an arbushi. I haven't run into any of those areas. I know that some people have, but I personally haven't. But I'm sure they'll all become available over the next few patches anyway with the DLC. But no, I haven't myself, in all honesty. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, and if you really are feeling generous, maybe share this video with a friend. And I'll see you soon for more Final Fantasy 15 as we continue on with the live stream and with the story. We are definitely doing the story next time. So thanks a lot, guys, for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.